and what about George Soros, and what about this, what about that? And you don't see George, first of all,
George Soros
you don't see them out there talking.
Yeah. No.
When will lazy Republicans realize Donald Trump can't do everything? Jim Jordan, James Comer, I'm looking at you. Caught red-handed. CNN just accidentally admitted what we've all suspected. Shadowy billionaires like George Soros get a free pass, while Elon Musk's open moves get mocked. The mask is off. Let's dive in. Welcome back, Truth Seekers. You're not going to believe this one. Picture this. Jake Tapper, Kara Swisher, CNN's golden duo, sitting there smug as ever, when, oops, the truth slips out. They're talking Elon Musk's Wisconsin play, his goofy cheese hat, and his loud and proud involvement. But then Tapper drops the bomb. You don't see George Soros out there talking, right? I mean, they might be giving money to organizations. Yeah, Jake, they might be. And Swisher, she can't hold back her eye roll, mocking Elon like he's some clown for being up front. Meanwhile, Tapper's basically saying billionaires should stick to pulling strings from the shadows, not stepping into the spotlight. This isn't just a slip-up. It's a full-on confession. CNN's fine with influence as long as it's quiet, hidden, deniable, shadow government in the deep state. But when someone like Elon Musk plays the game in public, full transparency, oh, that's a problem. Buckle up. We're about to unpack this double standard, and trust me, it's wilder than you think.
And then go on about saving humanity. It's just an ego trip.
Well, what's interesting about it is you heard anytime anybody brings this up, a Republican will say, well, what about J.B. Pritzker, and what about George Soros, and what about this, what about that? And I guess the answer is you don't see George, first of all,
George Soros
you don't see them out there talking.
No.
Right? I mean, they might be giving money to organizations, this and that, and people can criticize that if they want. But the idea that, like, oh, no, I am going to tell these voters, forget, like, hiring Scott Walker to do it or somebody on the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm going to tell them.
Right. No, he has to suck up all the oxygen. There's only one other person that needs more attention, is Donald Trump. And
you heard it right there, guys. CNN, Jake Tapper, Kara Swisher. So here's the 5 bullet points I want you to think about with this video. I want you to focus on why George Soros is portrayed as corrupt and why the liberal news media might cover for him. There are 5 really important points. Number 1, the secret cash empire that George Soros has, and he's been funneling it into attorney general's elections, district attorney elections, and now a Supreme Court judge in Wisconsin. He funnels billions through shadowy nonprofits like the Open Society Foundation, bankrolling radical causes. Think the defund the police groups and the far left DAs while dodging accountability and transparency. This is not good. And we know exactly what is happening. I believe he funneled a lot of money into the BLM. The next part, election meddling master. From Georgia to California, George Soros floods money into local races, propping up candidates who push soft on crime policies. Critics say it's a calculated power grab, buying justice one vote at a time. And we just saw it last night in Wisconsin. Other people will go to this third very important point. Global chaos agent. He's accused of crashing currencies like the British pound in 1992, pocketing $1 billion while destabilizing nations for profit. That sounds like corruption to me. Or is he just a billionaire playing games? Is this Monopoly? Is this the game of life with George Soros? The other part that really bothers me is George Soros is the media's darling donor. Liberal outlets like CNN, MSNBC, Meet the Depressed, PBS, NPR They will stay quiet about George Soros because his money flows their way through activist groups, through Act Blue, through BLM, through all of these NGOs. And these think tanks lean on him for expert takes. Is this conflict? Absolutely. Is it guided misdirection? 100%. Is it brainwashing? Is it a psyop that the liberal media is behind? I'll leave that for you to decide. But this is shadow over scrutiny. When Jake Tapper shrugs, Soros isn't out there talking, it's code for he's too smart to get caught. The left loves him for it. Hidden influence beats Elon's loud honesty every time. These are punchy, in-your-face points, and it really pins down exactly what's happening in the news media. George Soros, hidden, shadowy, deep state. Elon, on stage, jumping up and down wearing a MAGA hat. Who do you trust? It's why a lot of people don't like Donald Trump, because he is in your face. You know exactly what he's thinking. You know exactly what he's going to say before he says it. He says the quiet part out loud, but you know what you're going to get. And I'm going to tell you right now what we're going to get because of this Supreme Court race. We're going to get more judicial tampering. We're going to get more lawfare in the court system, where these liberal judges that are supposed to be impartial in a black robe, showing no allegiance to red or blue. You're seeing it with Boasberg. You're going to see it with Crawford up in Wisconsin. They are going to remove some congressional seats for the Republicans. Now, Wisconsin did something great. They passed voter ID. But ask yourself, how long will it last when you have a liberal judge sitting behind the bench making all the decisions? Next up, I've got a good little clip here from Scott Jennings over on CNN. I think he's got one of the best jobs in the world. He just gets paid to dunk on liberals. I love it. Sign me up.
On Musk?
Well, I could look at it from another direction. I think the Schimmel campaign was really struggling, both financially and just in terms of traction before Musk got involved. He may have actually give him whatever boost he had late. But it didn't solve for the issue that the Republicans have, which are these low propensity voters, and trying to get them to turn out for things that are not Donald Trump. You heard Elon Musk, I think correctly, try to tie a vote in the Supreme Court race to much larger, macro political issues, but it wasn't enough. And so that is an equation the Republicans have to solve for. I don't think it's going to be an issue in 28, but look, you got a midterm between now and then. It will be an issue in these midterms, and that's something the party strategists are going to have to deal with.
Yeah.
Donald Trump can't do everything. And I think some of these low propensity voters, these Republicans, these lazy Republicans that sit on the couch and share memes, think that they're actually accomplishing something, and they're not. And that is why the Democrats are going to put a lot of pressure on the Republican Party. Donald Trump can't do everything. What happens when Donald Trump is not around? Ask yourself that. What other Republican is hungry, is leading the fight, is taking the fight to the Democrats like Donald Trump, like Elon Musk? We need more aggressive Republicans. I'm tired of the rhinos. I am tired of Jim Jordan going on Fox News and getting these great little sound bites about nothing he's going to ever do. How many investigations has Jim Jordan led? How many investigations has James Comer led? And they haven't done shit. I have seen them do nothing. And it pisses me off, guys. This is a vet biker. I got to get out of here. I got to go to work. Keep fighting the good fight. Get hungry, get mean, eat lightning, and crap thunder. See you on the road.